What's going on YouTube? It's Andy the Parrot Head Picker coming at you guys today with an eBay sales update video. Today in this video we're going to share probably about 25 items that we sold over on the eBay platform over the last 2 weeks of August, so that would be the 16th through the 31st. Got some really great items in this video, everything from video games, a couple clothing pieces, electronics, shoes, hats. We got just a little bit of everything, something for everybody, whether you're a new seller, a seasoned veteran, whatever. I'm sure there's going to be something in this video. I got some BOLOs, some home runs. I got a couple really good home runs in here, so you definitely want to watch this all the way to the very end. And I'll probably share a couple tips, tricks, and stuff like that along the way. I'll tell you what I paid for the items, where I sourced the items from, and typically about how long these items took to flip. So anyway, guys, if you are new to the channel, I'm a part-time eBay reseller. I do have a full-time job. I use eBay as a platform to take and make a little bit of extra money for me and my family. I also sell on places like Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, OfferUp, Let Go, pretty much anywhere where I can make a buck or two. So if you guys have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm always happy to answer those. I want to thank all the new subscribers from the last video I put out. If you haven't watched the last video I did, that was an amazing video. A lot of BOLOs, home runs, stuff like that in that video. I'll put a little link up above and down below to that video. We got a lot of subs off that video. I think I had over 100 and some new subscribers off that video. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys, especially if you came back to check this video out. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. That's what you came here for. Here we go. First up, we got the Sims 4 Cats and Dogs bundle for Sony PlayStation 4. This was just a garage sale pickup. I paid $1 for this at a little at a garage sale we had here locally. This is a nice little find. I got a $16.99 or $16.89 for this. Free ship. Nothing crazy, but Sim stuff does very well on all platforms. So definitely something you might want to keep an eye out for when you're out there looking. And if you could find, especially like for the PC or what have you, even PlayStation and whatnot, a lot of times they'll have different variations of the game. You can bundle those together, and people like those as well because there's usually expansion packs or whatever for those. Okay, up next, this is a Duluth Trading Harris Tweed men's wool cabbie hat. I got this at my local Goodwill. I paid $6 for this. Yeah, it seems to be a little expensive for a hat, but it's Harris Tweed. You guys definitely want to keep an eye out for Harris Tweed items, especially like if you source suits. Just a really, really good type of material, fabric, whatever. And it'll usually have a big Harris Tweed logo or whatever on the inside, as this hat does here. This hat on the inside has a big Harris Tweed tag. But this hat sold for $36.99. I listed on 8/17 and it sold on 8/18, so a one-day flip. So super quick flipper right there. Next, you guys should know about these. This is just a regular, genuine OEM official Xbox One or Xbox 360 wireless controller. Paid $1 for this at a garage sale. Man, don't skip on a lot of the controllers and stuff, especially if you get them really cheap at garage sales. This sold for $21.79. I listed this on the 17th, sold on the 18th, so another real quick flipper right there. Okay, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you guys know I love selling shoes. I've really gotten into shoes a lot more heavily lately.
I really admire your shoes.
It's just becoming one of my new favorite niches to get into. These here are a pair of Nike downshifters, just men's running shoes. Nothing crazy, but I paid $1 for these at a garage sale. Yeah, great pickup for at a garage sale. These sold for $39.89. Buyer was all in at $54.26. So super return on investment there. Most of you veterans are all going to know what this is, but some of you guys, you newer people out there, this here's just a regular Texas Instruments TI-83, nothing crazy. Sold for $34.89. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. Nothing crazy. You guys all know about, most of you guys all know about the TI-83s and 84s, but I always pick those up whenever I'm out, especially if I can get them for a decent price. The TI-84s, I will tend to pay up a little bit for because they're a little bit more desirable. This here is Descent for the Sony PlayStation 1. You notice this looks a little different, but because this is the long box version. Guys, keep an eye out for the long boxes. This one here is not one of the more desirable names that's out there, but some of these long box PS1 games go for some really, really good money. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. This sold for $14.99. Not a home run item, but if you guys do some comps, just look up PS1 long box. Just type that in the eBay search. You'll be amazed at what some of these games go for. They're very rare and very desirable. This here is just a regular Ralph Lauren men's sport coat. This is a 50 regular. If I don't sell a lot of sport coats, I have a ton of them. I'm terrible about listing them, but they always go for some pretty decent money. And I tend to buy the bigger sizes whenever I do pick up sport coats, usually 46 and up. And if I can find longs like 46L, 48L, 50L, 52s, anything, you start getting in the 50s in sport coats and you can find longs. Those are great. They tend to do very, very well, and it almost doesn't even matter what the name brand is. So you can do some, you can make some pretty good money on sport coats. This is just a regular pair of Asics men's Gel Contend 4 Ortholite, just black running shoes. I kind of featured these shoes in here because these were my shoes. These are a pair of shoes I bought over on Poshmark. I paid $25 for these on Poshmark with the shipping. I wore them for probably 8 months. I was able to clean them up. They were in very good shape and condition, and then I flipped them again over on eBay. I got $36.99 plus, I think I got shipping on top of that. So I actually made money on these shoes and wore them for 8 months. So guys, sometimes, if you know how to clean shoes properly, you take care of them, or if they're in good shape, don't be afraid to reflip them, man. You can, buy stuff and flip it back to eBay or Poshmark or whatever platform it is that you sell on. Up next is just P90X. This was, I believe, this was a one-day flip. Yeah, I listed this on August 22nd, sold on August 22nd. I paid $2 for this at a garage sale. Be very careful with the P90X stuff and Beachbody stuff. Do not use Beachbody in your title. Beachbody is a Vero, so be very, very careful. I always try to price just a little on the low side so it'll move fast, and so far so good. I've never had any issues with any of the Beachbody products, but this one here, like I said, was P90X, and this sold in just a few hours of me listing for $24.89. These here are a pair of Adidas D-Rose 773, just basketball high top sneakers, whatever. I paid $4 for these at a garage sale. They sold for $39.91 plus the buyer paid shipping. They were all in at $53.21 on. Yeah, they were all in at $53.21. So nice return on investment there. Just a really good pair of shoes. So here's a pair of Asics Fuse X Lights, just women's athletic running shoes. I paid $5.99 for these at my local Goodwill. My local Goodwill is starting to get crazy now with shoes. I was just in there today. Typically, all Nikes always were $9.99. Now they're $12.99. Some of the other ones they're just going up and up. I think more and more resellers now are starting to buy shoes, and Goodwills are catching on to that. So they're starting to charge a little bit more money. That's all right, because I can always wait till half off day, and I'll just scoop them up for half off. But yeah, I paid $5.99 for these. These sold for $27.91. They were all in at $38.56. I listed these on $7.26. They sold $8.22. So not too bad. Shoes can sometimes tend to be a little long tail, so don't get discouraged if you set on them for a little bit. But the longer you do it, you start to learn what shoes move a little quicker than others. Here's a great pair of shoes, guys. Keep an eye out for these. This is my first pair I've actually found in the wild. But these here are Alden's. These are the Alden 981, just hand sewn black leather penny loafers. These are like $600 shoes. Alden's a great brand. If you can find them in good shape and condition, definitely scoop them up. I paid $5.99 for these at my local Goodwill, and they sold for $149. The buyer was all in at $169.79 with the shipping. I listed these on $8.23, and they sold on They actually sold in one day. They actually sold in just a few hours. So incredibly quick flip, a huge money maker. Alden's a great brand. If you're unfamiliar with shoes or just getting into the shoe game, Alden is a great brand to burn into your brain. Here's just a Disney Inspector Gadget. I don't know if you all remember Inspector Gadget from back in the day, but these here are just a set of McDonald's toys. I think there was like 6 or 7 pieces. You put them all together and it makes it Inspector Gadget. Anyway, I got a whole bunch of these at a garage sale. I don't know how many of these Inspector Gadgets I have. I put one of them together just to see if it would sell. So I was all into him for basically probably about $1. I got several more of these, so I just don't have them up yet. He sold for $19.99 plus ship, so they were all in at $35.54 for a little McDonald's toy. So really good return on investment there. These here are a pair of Nike Shox. Nike Shox are probably one of my favorite pairs of shoes or types of shoes to take and find. They have just a huge following. But these here are just some women's running shoes. I paid $4 for these at a garage sale. I listed them on $8.23 and they sold $8.24, so a one-day flip. So another real quick flipper right there. They paid $49 for these. They were all in at $68.26. So great return on investment. Like I said, guys, I love selling shoes. Just the ROI on shoes is amazing. All right, here's something you guys might not be aware of. This here is a Busilla. Busilla is a great brand to burn into your brain. This here is a Christmas Holly Hobby Holidays needlepoint craft stocking kit. But they have a lot of these Busilla kits that are out there, needlepoint kits. Keep an eye out for those. They're typically always like black. The cover, the material will all be black, and they'll have the needlepoint kit inside. If you can find a lot of the Christmas, the Halloween, if you can find stuff with especially stuff with dragons, different things like that. Some of these kits go for some ridiculous money. I paid $2 for this at a garage sale. It sold for $49.99. Yeah, it was a great return on investment. So keep an eye out for these old Busilla cross-stitch kits. And you guys can do your own research. Get on eBay, type in Busilla, needlepoint kit, whatever. You'll be really, really surprised at what some of these things go for. So another really good item, this here's P90X3. I bought this the same day as I got the P90X. The regular P90X just got it at a different sale. I was into this for $250, sold for $38.99. So really good return on investment. I listed this on the 23rd, sold on the 25th. So again, another quick flipper. P90X sells super quick for me, but I price it right. Typically, and yeah, usually always goes super fast, but yeah, be very, very careful of the Beachbody products and do not use Beachbody in the title. So here's a really good sale here. This is Boy Meets World, the complete collection, and this is a pre-owned DVD set, so this is not a new set. I paid $3 for this at a garage sale, and it sold for $39.99, so really good DVD set to keep an eye out for is Boy Meets World, the complete collection. I think there was like 22 discs in there. But yeah, $40 for that. So nice return on investment. This here's just a basic Caterpillar embroidered strap-back baseball hat. The reason I'm showing this is I got a lot of questions after my last video. I do sell a lot of hats. And I get people that message me asking me, say, hey, I have a hard time selling hats. I can't sell hats. What hats do I look for? So anyway, I featured this hat in here just kind of so I could touch on that with some of you new people especially. Look for anything name brand, sports teams, that sort of stuff. If you can get these for $1 or less, they're typically always going to sell, and look for good shape and condition. If it's something that you would just grab off of the shelf and naturally just put it on your head, it's that nice and clean, it's probably definitely worth a pickup. There are other hats out there, once you get a little more knowledge and what have you, that you can learn to refurbish and stuff like that. You can clean and what have you. And then, some of them old vintage hats go for some crazy money. I think I showed some of those hats in that last video, or some good $30, $40, $50 hats and stuff like that. But anyway, I wanted to show this in here for some of you newer people. Have a hard time, selling hats, don't know what type of hats to pick up. Anything with a name brand, like you see Cubs out there. Yeah, I'm rocking some serious Cubs gear today. I got my Rain Spooner Cubs shirt on. But yeah, just keep an eye out for name brand stuff. That's a good place to start. Here is just Call of Duty for the Xbox 360. I bundled all these games together. I believe there's 5 games here. Call of Duty, typically that series, most of those games aren't worth anything. But if you bundle them all together, you could get some decent money out of them. I believe I was into these probably for a grand total of $5. I just bundled them all together, and I got $29.99 out of those. And I think the buyer paid medium mail shipping on top. So yeah, they were all in at 33, 32. So not too bad there. Like I said, you find games from certain franchises or whatever. A lot of times, and maybe they aren't worth as much or what have you. Don't be afraid to take and bundle those together. Save yourself a little bit on the shipping end. Yeah, here's another little hat. This is just a Tide racing hat, just a really nice NASCAR hat. I paid 99 cents for this. This was actually an eBay flip. This was in a lot of hats I bought on eBay. You may have, if you guys have followed me for any length of time, I buy hats off of eBay and I'll turn right around and flip them back on eBay. So this one here I figured out to be about $1. This is an eBay to eBay flip. I sold this one for $21.89. So nice little return there. This here is a Monopoly. Again, if you guys follow me for any length of time, you guys, especially some of you older people, I love selling Monopoly game pieces. Part now, especially theme Monopoly. Now, I don't buy like the traditional Monopoly set, but any of the themed Monopolies I will buy and I will take and usually part those out. This one here is from Monopoly Empire. These are the gold tokens. But this one here was like, had the McDonald's fries. I believe there's like a Coca-Cola bottle, an Xbox controller, a Ducati motorcycle. A lot of times you can sell these individually for $8 to $10 a piece as well. I normally just bundle all the tokens together, and I'm typically in that $17 to $20 range depending on what they are. I have some other sets that I will part out just because I can get more money individually for each individual token. But this one here I actually listed on $8.15 and this sold on $8.29. So really quick flip for some just old McDonald's game tokens, and these are super lightweight. They come in under 4 ounces, so these ship for like $2.80. So we'll pass on the McDonald's themed game tokens. And as Kevin, my buddy, the Commonwealth Picker, always says, when in doubt, part it out. You can make a lot of money parting out games and stuff like that. These here are a really nice pair of Ariat Heritage rough stock, just men's leather boots. I paid $10 for these at a garage sale. These things look like absolute garbage when I picked them up. They'd been sitting in this guy's garage forever. They were super dusty. I happened to see him. I asked the guy what he wanted for him. He goes, make me an offer. I hate the make me an offer, but I just threw $10 at him. I said, I don't want to insult you, but he goes, $10, good. He was super happy. I probably could have got him for $2. He was that happy just to get rid of them. I came home, I cleaned them up, polished them up, and I ended up getting $74.99. The buyer was all in at $101.41. I listed these on $8.24. They sold $8.29, so they sold in just a couple days. So really nice return on investment. Ariat's a great brand to keep an eye out for. Ariat jeans, shirts, jackets. It's just a great Western wear brand. The boots do very, very well. Just good, another really good name to burn into your brain. This here is just a WWE Masters of the Universe Sting.
Oh my God! It's Sting!
I guess wrestling figure, whatever. This is a retail arbitrage item. I picked him up at Walmart. I paid $14.24 for him. I ended up getting 2 of these guys, and I sold them for $36.99 in just a couple days. I think I listed him on $8.22. He sold on $8.29. So really quick flip there for and a pretty decent return on investment, especially for retail arbitrage. This here's just a Brantley Gilbert Take It Outside 2016 concert tour shirt. The only reason I'm featuring this shirt is don't pass on concert tour shirts. The older the shirts, the better, especially if they're dual-sided. They got, the older dates and what have you. Concert tour shirts tend to do pretty well. Typically, I almost always get a bare minimum of $20 for tour shirts, and then the price obviously goes up depending on theme, genre, and what have you. And if you can find some old single-stitch shirts, and what have you, those there do exceptionally well. Here are just a pair of Born Concept women's just leather wedge sandals. I paid $5 for these at a garage sale. I got $29.99 out of these, but I paid shipping on top, so really nice return there. There's another mug. I think I featured a mug in my last video. I don't buy a lot of mugs, but there's certain mugs I will buy. This is one of those that I will pick up. This is a vintage, new old stock Disney Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs mug. It actually still had the tag on the bottom. of the mug. It was just basically like a collector's type piece. I paid 50 cents for this at a little mom and pop charity thrift shop. Sold for $23.89. The buyer was all in at $39.63 with the shipping. So yeah, somebody paid almost $40 for this mug. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, don't, you know, some of these mugs, man, definitely worth some pretty good money. And I believe this was like made in Japan. It was definitely a pretty old mug. So those guys out there living that hashtag mug life, you know, keep an eye out for stuff like that. All right, last but not least, nothing crazy, but this here is a pair of women's diesel athletic training sneakers, walking shoes, whatever you want to call it. Not the best size. These are 6.5s. I typically do not pick up shoes that small, but I got these for a really good price. I was into these for $3. And they sold for $27.69. Buyer was all in at $41.34. So, you know, I bought them. They were an okay color, and I figured it would be something that would move relatively quick. These actually, I bought on 6/13. They sold on the 31st of August. So I did have them for a little while, but they still sold. Got some nice little return on investment there. All right, guys. Yeah, that's a nice little handful of items that I sold over the past couple of weeks over on eBay. Like I said, if you got any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. You know, I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Again, I want to thank all the new subscribers to the channel. I had a nice little surge of new subs after the last video I put out. And if you haven't watched that last video, please go back and check that out. It was a great video. A lot of awesome BOLOs in there, a couple of really good home runs. And some other just quick flippers. If that's the type of things that you guys are looking out for, and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. Just hit the subscribe button down below, ring the little bell to give you notifications whenever I put videos like this up. And if you're on Instagram, you guys can follow me over there on Instagram. I go by parrothead_picker, and I share things over there that I don't typically put in these videos. Sometimes I have sales over there way before they hit one of these videos and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. That's my time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, fins up. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.